Yo, hey guys, it's poppin'. Jacques Slade here. Back with another unboxing, and today, my friends, we're taking a trip down memory lane just a little bit. These aren't old school sneakers, these are actually new sneakers, but when it comes to Off-White, which you can obviously tell these are by the holes that are in this box, the brand has exploded when it comes to sneakers. Obviously, it started with the 10 that Virgil did, and it continues on through today. And now he's getting into the less known sneakers, the stuff that's a little bit off of the beaten path. And because of that, the hype behind Off-White isn't what it used to be. If this was a Jordan 1, obviously the hype would be through the roof, but this isn't a Jordan 1. This is a sneaker that I appreciate called the Vapor Street. As a runner, it's a shoe that I'm into just because I'm into the Vapor series, because I ran a marathon in the Vapor series, and all of those things just kind of work for me. It tells my story. So when I heard that an Off-White version of that sneaker was going to happen, I obviously got super excited about it, and that brings us to where we are today with this shoe. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. These were a women's release. So you see they came in a 13, aka an 11.5. For those that don't know, women's sizes are a size and a half up from the men's size. So if you want to get your shoe in a women's size, make sure you size and a half up, if that's a way to say it. Plain box. Only says Nike right there, no Nike on the top, but obviously you see the holes, and then the bottom of the box is the same, a little glossy. And the weird thing about this is they actually throw some foam in the box. I don't even know what that's about. But open up the box, and this is the Off-White experience. It takes things to a different level. You see different elements of Off-White. So the paper has been changed here. It's in all yellow with the Off-White 2020 from, I guess, year 2013 is when he first started. There was a few icons there. Don't know what those means. Looks like water, a glove, headphones, and I don't even know what the last one is. I don't know. But we open it up, and here we see the Vapor Street. Again, these are running shoes. It's a running silhouette, so it's not gonna look like a traditional sneaker. And then there you can see the actual foam that I was talking about. They have a piece up there at the top, and then they have another piece down here at the bottom. So these are very, very interesting. There is a lot of discussion going on about these. Now, when I woke up and I ordered a pair of these, I actually ordered 2 pairs, and I'll show you that second pair in just a moment. But when I saw these, I didn't know, or I didn't realize that they had this plastic over them. And that honestly has kind of taken away from the experience for me. Obviously, I knew about the spikes at the bottom. It's based on a running shoe, so of course they're gonna have spikes. The colors here are great. I love the black and I love the pink. You obviously have the touch of Off-White happening there on the inside. You have the Made in Vietnam tag. The whole Off-White experience is there. You have the green tag. The experience that we have come to know when it comes to Off-White is replicated here on the sneaker. The unfinished tongue. You have the yellow insole, which looks like the inside of the box, or the paper that was inside the box. But the thing that's throwing me off about these, because I'm used to the look of the Vapor Street. The Vapor Street was already a controversial looking sneaker. It isn't the sneaker that everyone's going to get, and I'm okay with that. It's a shoe that I personally like. I know it's different, and I know that for my wardrobe, in order for it to work, I've got to kind of think outside of the box. It isn't an easy Off-White sneaker to get, and that's the thing about Off-White. I think they've done the easy shoes that it's easy for people to be like, oh, I like the Air Force One, so of course I'm going to like the Off-White version, or I like the Jordan 1, so of course I'm going to like the Jordan 1 sneaker. But the Vapor Street does work for me. Now, the lace thing is a little weird. I'll admit to that. So what I was thinking, I was like, hey, maybe what we could do is just take the extra laces out. Maybe that'll help kind of bring it back into the mainstream a bit, but I'm not even sure that that's going to help, because that's going to leave the shoe looking a little weird now, because you have these fly wire pieces that are just kind of sticking out, so you still lose a little bit of that, the Vapor Street vibe, the clean Vapor Street vibe, and now it just looks like I have random things poking out of my shoe, in addition to the grid plastic that's on top of the shoe, which obviously makes me feel a certain kind of way. But I still have some hope in my heart for the shoe. So with that being said, I got a second pair. Now this is the colorway that I was really excited about just because I like these colors and I think they would work well with my wardrobe. And that's this color. I think what's the official color? Polarized blue, and polarizing is definitely accurate when it comes to this shoe. So I like the color, I like the blues, I like the pinks, I like the yellow, and I thought maybe I should try something with this shoe. So I started messing around with it and looking at it and seeing what I could do. And my first thought was, all right, take the laces out, cool, get that the same look there. But then also just cut off the flywire strips and see what that's gonna look like. And then obviously I thought about the plastic. So the plastic is the thing that really kind of messes up the vibe for me. So I was thinking about just taking the plastic off. You see here, if you pull it down, the plastic is just over the actual upper of the shoe. It is stitched in certain places, but I almost feel like there's an opportunity to take this off. The only thing I worry about is that one, the Nike swoosh here is going to go away, and that Nike swoosh is a big part of this silhouette. You still have the one on the inside, but then the off-white printing is on the inside of the shoe, and if I'm gonna be all about that off-white life or any of those sort of things, then having taken off the plastic is gonna let people know that this is not an off-white sneaker. And that's really part of the thing of buying an off-white sneaker. Do you want an off-white sneaker if people don't know that it's off-white? For me, it doesn't matter as much, and Virgil is always talking about making things your own and kind of customizing them to the way you want them to be. So with that in mind, I figure let's try and experiment, see what we can do a little bit. Let's play with one of them, see if it works. It might work, it might not, but we'll take the chance, take the opportunity to mess around and see what we can do. So I'm gonna start obviously by taking out these laces and get my knife. Let's just start messing around. I'm gonna remove this too, get this out of the way. Obviously the laces have the off-white and the shoelaces and all that stuff. You guys have seen all of this before. That's nothing new, so that's still there. But I think I'm gonna try and take off some of this plastic and see what that leaves me with. So wish me luck here. We'll see what it does, because I don't think it's actually stitched to the shoe. Let's see here, see if I can cut some of it off. Cut into it and see. Oh, this is pretty thick. It's not cutting through. Let's see here. Maybe I can just pull it off. Let's see. I already started tearing it a little bit. Let's see. That gives it a. Now you can see kind of like the upper a little bit. As I finish cutting into it here a little bit. Oh, that didn't work. That just tore through the upper. Let's see. This is really hard. Hold on. I know what I have to do. Yeah, that makes it a lot easier to tear it off. So here, if I take it off here, right at the seam, this is not easy plastic to come off. They definitely didn't want you to take this plastic off. Yeah, this is gonna take a little longer than expected. So let's, all right, I'm gonna cut the cameras and we'll be right back. Okay, so 7 hours later, here is what it kind of looks like. So this is what it started as, and as you can see here, like the plastic, we're using an X-Acto knife. We have X-Acto knives, and we're just cutting through it here, and you can see we're starting to kind of peel it off a little bit. Nike, so the Nike is painted actually on the outside, the off-white is painted on the outside, and then you can see this one where we actually got everything off. You see the Nike swoosh is gone. The off-white piece, or the little orange off-white thing, is still there. Nike swoosh is still here. We still have the off-white laces. This thing is still there, but then you see the little pieces left over. So you have like the Nike swoosh, the off-white, all that stuff is there. And you can kind of see the shape of the shoe a little bit right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up this one. Shout out to Preezy. He was helping put this one together. That's why this one looks so good, and I'm doing this one. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. I'm gonna keep these. I'm gonna actually rock these without that cover on them, and I just wanna see how people respond to them, because it's just something obviously super different than what you've seen before. And if you don't remember, this is what it originally looked like with the plastic on them, and then we flipped it. But yeah, as always, guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, favorite, and subscribe. And if you want to see more stuff like this where we customize shoes and kind of make them our own and flip them to do whatever we want them to do to make them look the way we want them to do, let me know down in the comments below. I'm Jacques Slade. As always, I appreciate you, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
So what do you think?
So far, it looks like I expected it to look. I don't like that these stick out, so I might cut these off or find a way to kind of shove them down into the shoe. I don't know. We got all kind of tools out here. So if we shove that down in there, maybe. I don't know if I can. Try to get that down in there and just get that to look a certain kind of way. But
okay, so
it's interesting.
Plastic on, plastic off.
Oh, plastic off. I think plastic off. I think it looks better with plastic off. It feels like, it almost feels like a like an actual off-white shoe, because it doesn't have any branding on the outside, but then you see a little bit of the Nike swoosh. So I might find someone that is like a really dope painter and have them put the Nike swoosh back on right here, have them painted on, maybe, just to kind of keep that there, keep those vibes there. But then you obviously have the Nike swoosh on the inside, so I don't know. It's an interesting shoe. It'll definitely be something that people aren't used to and be outside of the box, which I think is what it's all about. Like, make things your own, do your own sort of style. Don't always conform. And this is what Virgil is always about. Like, that's where Off-White came from making things your own and kind of converting them to your own style, making them rough and look unfinished. And that's exactly what we're doing with this one, cutting off the plastic to make it rough, to make it unfinished, and to make it my own. Like, no one's going to have a sneaker exactly like this. No one may even want a sneaker exactly like this, if we're gonna keep it honest. But this is my own, and I'm gonna rock it and flip it in my own way. I like the colors, like the blue, like the pink, and I think it's gonna look dope. So I'm all for it. Yeah, guys, get yourself a pair of these and try it yourself. I think you're going to like what comes of it.